This is huge. Free speech finally wins after a long 5 years fight. This reminds me of the Nazis who participated and covered for Hitler during and after the Holocaust by saying, "I was just following orders." That was not a good excuse for war crimes and crimes against humanity. If you don't know your history, you become naturally vulnerable to let it happen again without even knowing it's happening. We literally just lived through another Holocaust, and most of you didn't even know it. Everyone has either been or know of a victim of this worldwide genocide. And as Congressman Jim Jordan said, we will continue to hold big tech accountable.
We'll keep pushing to get every eligible American vaccinated because we know getting vaccinated is the single best defense against COVID-19. And here's how I know. Virtually every person who is in the hospital sick with COVID-19 is unvaccinated. I'm going to repeat that. Virtually every person who has recently died was unvaccinated. So if you have not yet been vaccinated, some people said, I'm gonna wait. I want to wait and see how this all turns out, how everybody else is doing with it, right? It's time. It's time. I do believe that the act of getting vaccinated is the very essence of what the Bible tells us. That's what this is about. And so by getting vaccinated, you are loving your neighbor. It's time!
Under years of government pressure by Chairman Jim Jordan, Google now admits that there was censorship under the Biden administration. The promise to end the bans of YouTube accounts of thousands of Americans censored for political speech, such as COVID-19 and elections. They admitted the Biden administration pressured Google to censor us Americans, to remove content that did not violate YouTube policies. They admit it was unacceptable and wrong, that public debate should never come at the expense of relying on authorities, and they will never use a third-party fact-checkers again. Also, Europe's censorship laws targeted American companies and threatened Americans' speech, including the removal of lawful content. I've attached the link to the letter if you'd like to read it for yourself. Now let me explain why I'm so excited for this announcement. I once reported on true crime, mainly the horrifying Watts case, and came to realize the stolen election was much bigger than any true crime story. True crime is a tragedy, of course, but it was a distraction from what was really happening behind the scenes globally, in the real world, with our corrupt governments. I was one of the first channels exposing the stolen election in 2020 in real time. This was, of course, before they made it a policy to punish us if we did so. And eventually they did punish me, multiple times through the past 5 years, forcing me to self-censor. You must obey the overlords, right? Through this time, I learned how corrupt and Nazi-like this was becoming, and decided I didn't want any part of the cover-up of the world's greatest crimes against humanity. I wanted to expose it like the Bible tells us to do. Expose evil. You know the Nuremberg Code that goes against experimenting on humanity? Yeah, that's kind of important. And I seen right through them and their evil acts. To sum it up quickly, we literally just lived through another Holocaust. From hospitals committing mass murders, governments and doctors across the world committing worldwide injuries and genocide. They dumbed down the world's population to put forth their evil agenda of global depopulation. That's a fact now. Who and when is going to be punished for these crimes? It's like a waiting game, and I know I and millions, if not billions of others, are tired of waiting and demand answers, demanding justice. The gig is up. God is with us. We see that now, especially after the assassination of Charlie Kirk. And as Congressman Jim Jordan said, we will continue to hold big tech accountable. In conclusion, they better be held accountable, along with the Biden administration and anyone else who is involved with these crimes against humanity globally. And that's all I will say for now. Thanks for listening and have a blessed day.